We gotta move on, dear. Escape from this afterlife. Cause this time Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, Definity, DEVVE, daCAT, SHIRO update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. There's a bit to go over here today. I do have to, oh God, I got to share this with someone here real quick. There's a ton to go over. So happy days. We have our, I feel like Jack Sparrow after he goes in and gets our headings. Mr. Gibbs, we have our heading. So let me go in and share this with the cat peeps and the SHIRO peeps. I don't know where they are. Oh my God, where are they? Okay, here we go. I'll say, come shill yo bags. All right, we'll get that bread. The past couple of days, I had to talk people off the ledge and be like, guys, it's okay. This is going to turn around eventually. But yeah, you might have to, wait in for several more months of pain. Like, I don't know how long this tariff and trade war is going to last. China seems to be digging in their heels. Canada, European Union, and again, even though 50, 70, now today, like 90 countries have come crawling back to the US, be like, hey, we want to make a deal. That's fine when most of these, like all of Africa's GDP is like $3 trillion. So like that's an entire continent. And it's like, okay, I'm not worried about these 90, 100 plus countries that are, again, where their GDP is relatively low. Canada, again, not the biggest country, not the most powerful country, but again, does a lot of business with the US. Europe does a lot of business with the US. China does a lot of business with the US. I was like, guys, like this, they could be trying to play the long game. They could try to print money. They could try to dump money into their markets to try to offset the tariffs. And, you might be looking at several more months of this. But then today, like a godsend. So Trump just, I don't know how he knew. So if you go to Trump's, I think he just like Trump posts on Truth Social. You can go on and take a look. It takes you right to his page. And then 9 hours ago is like, this is a great time to buy the dip. And I remember being fairly skeptical about that because like, okay, yeah, didn't his son say to buy Ethereum at 3,000? Took like a 55% haircut. So I was like, okay, like, is he just saying this the same way as his son was? Because, like for whatever reason. And I don't know, 45 minutes later, oh, hey, trade war is off. He's having a 90-day reprieve of all tariffs. It's going to reduce them down to 10% for all countries, the exception of like China and maybe like one or two others. I was like, oh, fudge, okay. And then the market just started ripping, and I was like, oh, okay, like, well, they know that China still like hasn't come to the table yet, and he's like, okay, we had like 105% tariffs yesterday, up to 125 today, and I think it's not long after that, like literally 4 hours after that, he said that based on the lack of respect that China has shown the world's markets, I hereby raising the tariff charge to China by the United States of America to 125%. I was like, my guy, like at this point, just make it 420 for the memes because it doesn't matter. It's like crazy expensive anyway. At this time, more than 75 countries had called representatives of the U.S., Departments of Commerce, Treasury, USTR to negotiate a solution of the subjects being discussed relative to trade barriers, tariffs, currency manipulation, non-monetary tariffs, etc. The list goes on and on. And I was like, okay, this, is this quick little 2-hour ride that we had, is it over? But no, it was, God, not too long after that, where Trump says that, it was like 3:16, so about 4 hours ago, saying that President Trump says China wants to make a deal and they're in the process of figuring it out. I was like, okay, it's over. and again, the market just continued to rip all day. Let's go a brief overview here. Let's go to CoinGecko and see what things have been happening. Bitcoin up 8.4%, Ethereum up 14%, XRP up 14.5%, Solana up 13.3%, Dogecoin 13.2%, Cardano 14.2%, Tron 3.2%. Like, I don't think there's a single crypto here that is in the red over the last 24 hours. I'm looking. Seems to be nothing. Seems to be all green, and like mostly double digits green. Yeah, everything else is legit up. Let's go to some of the big winners today, shall we? Let's shall. Let's take a look at. We'll take a look at OMI first, and see where that's at. That's up 5.5%. So I remember yesterday on the OMI is my homie channel, we were live for a couple hours yesterday, and like maybe 90 minutes into the live, you know, we're down to the 0001s, 0019, and it was. And I brought up terrain like, hey, the last time we were in the 000s, we went down to 0011. You know, what's your strategy here? Is it, hey, buy now because it's the cheapest it's been in like 4 years, like 4.5 years, like, or buy a little bit now? And if it does go down there, you could stack a million only for like $110. And he's just like, you know, dollar cost average is the way to go. Like, okay, that's fair. So yeah, up 5.5% today to 002137. Not bad, not bad. Obviously, we do have some other winners of the day. I know Shiro's looking at me. Let's see. daCAT is up 16% on the day. Awesome. Despite being $720 in volume, most of that is really just ETH. The 729 in volume is like kind of neither here nor there. Most of that is just ETH because it's paired with that. It's the only pairing. I'll do SHIRO here real quick, and then we'll get back to SHIRO. I just want to go over like the epicness of it. So up about 15.5% over on the day, but unlike daCAT that had $720 in volume, SHIRO had 3.3 million in volume. That's pretty legit. That's pretty nice. My 100 billion SHIRO took a nice little rise today of like a couple $100. So that was pretty cool. And even like over people voting on CoinGecko is 100% positive over there for him, which is great. Let's see where most of this volume is coming from. 2.1 million from L Bank. No idea what that is. They might have a trading bot over there. Next one, 600K from Bitmart. And then the rest are in the 50s. No, 177, 176 from Gate.io and Ethereum Uniswap. So that's really cool. So yeah, SHIRO doing the Lord's work today, up 15%. Now, something that it outperformed DEVVE. DEVVE with a $65 million market cap, up only 11% on the day. Again, SHIRO outperformed that, which is amazing. But DEVVE for me, because I have a decent sized bag of DEVVE, that was a big one. I was like, Chavez, I've heard you talk about this. You made a couple of solo videos about it. You know, what's really so special? I haven't paid attention. It's like, well, you have the blockchain in general, which it's a layer 1 blockchain. It's not a layer 2. It is a straight layer 1. It is the fastest blockchain ever. 8 million transactions per second. T+0 settlement time. And they have their own exchange that's coming out. It's called the Devi Exchange, and they are doing a massive trade fee share, meaning that typically, like, let's go to Coinbase here real quick. It's not Coinbase. Let's go to Coinbase Wallet here, and let's say I want to swap. I don't really have any. Okay, let's just say I want to swap Devi for ETH, right? And I want to do $1,000. If I want to swap $1,000 from Devi to ETH, it's just the Coinbase fee, not including the network fee, is very cheap. It's pennies, it's like 37 cents. But the Coinbase fee is $10. So that's okay. Well, what is that? That's 1%, and that's going to be any time that you do any type of swap like that. So trading fees in general are around that, whether it's on Coinbase, Coinbase Wallet, Binance, FTX when it was back there, and the Devi Exchange will be around that. So it's like, okay, well, Chavez, like, what do you mean trading? They're going to share a portion of their trading fees? Yes, they are. Okay, well, how much? Up to 60%. Chavez, what? How are they going to do that? Well, I'll tell you. Let's say if I go in and I refer Rubber Duck over here. It's like, Rubber Duck, use my referral link to sign up to the Devi Exchange, link down below, and Rubber Duck starts to trade, you know, thousand, yeah, let's say $10,000 a day, right? Okay, well that's you know, $100. So I would get 35% of that. And it's like, okay, well that's a nice $35 a day. You know, cool, cha-ching. It's like, well, I thought you said 60%. Well, if Mr. Rubber Ducky goes in and he gets on Mr. Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders uses Rubber Ducky's link to sign up to the Devi Exchange. Again, my link is down below. And Mr. Sanders does 10,000 a day. It's like, okay, cool. Rubber Ducky gets 35% of his trading fees, and I get 15% of his trading fees. And I don't even know Colonel Sanders. Me and Colonel Sanders, maybe we met at a party once, loosely know each other. And it's like, okay, well, Chavez, 35% and 15%, that's only 50%. And you said 60, and you're right, I did. And if Mr. Colonel Sanders gets Dashi to sign up using Dashi's, or using the Colonel Sanders referral link, and Dashi, let's say, goes crazy. Let's say I have no idea who Dashi is. Let's say Rubber Ducky has no idea who Dashi is, and Dashi's doing $1 million a day in trading. Okay, well that's nice. Well, the fees on that are it's $1 million. If it's $1 million a day, that's $10,000 fee. Well, then Mr. Colonel Sanders gets 3,500. Mr. Rubber Ducky gets 1,500, and I have no idea who Dashi is, but I get $1,000 because it goes 3 layers deep. Because I get 10%. So 10%, 15%, 35%. And again, it doesn't matter like where you start. Somebody could use my referral link down below. They could use Rubber Duckies. They could use Colonel Sanders. They could use Dashi. It doesn't matter, because as soon as you sign up, you get your own referral link. You could refer, you know, a cousin, and maybe they do next to nothing. You get a couple pennies from them. But you know, your cousin meets somebody at the gym, and they're into crypto, and they earn, you know, let's say they do like a couple thousand a day, and you know, still not much. You're getting 15% of that. But let's say that person who is into crypto that your cousin met at the gym knows somebody like a Dr. Profit or Chavez, or somebody with like a network of these people, and they do like, I don't know, you know, like 100,000 a day, $1 million a day, and suddenly you're getting checks from out of nowhere. It's like, okay, well, what's the main difference between Devi, the Devi Exchange that hasn't rolled out yet, and this other stuff like Coinbase? Like Coinbase is super safe. Okay, well, so is FTX before it went down. But for Devi, that Devi Exchange, you don't have to custody your crypto in order to trade on there. If you want to trade your Bitcoin for Ethereum or whatever, you have to give Coinbase custody of your crypto to do that. For the Devi Exchange, you do not have to do that. They have theft protection, they have loss protection, and again, you don't have to give up custody of your crypto in order to trade on there. It is the most freaking, and it's 100% regulatory compliant, the most beautiful thing out there. Anywho, Devi had a decent day, you know, up about 11%, 10.8. And then, did I forget anyone? Oh yeah, Definity. Decent day, 42% on the day is not bad. And it's still a bargain. So I had a buddy of mine give me a call today and be like, hey, I see Definity's up like 30% today. Is it really a good time to buy? I was like, well, it would have been better to buy at the 1.5 cent range or 1.3 cent when it was down there. Yeah, obviously. But if you take a look at the last couple of months where it was like over 5 cents a few months ago, and now it's 2.2 cents, it's still a bargain, and you should probably do it. Again, I told this to my friend. This is not financial advice to any of y'all. This is just a conversation that me and a friend had. So she did, and yeah. So she bought not. I guess she bought at like the day's top, and again, this is 8,700 in volume, guys. The CEO was just on like 2 weeks ago. I was interviewing him, and he had mentioned that his company, with less than a $3.5 million market cap, was doing well into the six figures added to their P&L every single month. Now, obviously, well into the six figures. Okay, it's not just 100,000, maybe it's 200,000. Like it could be 400,000, 500,000, but let's be conservative. Let's say it's $250,000. Cool. That means they're doing like 90% of their entire market cap in a year, and that's our P&L. But that's if they kept the 200. That's if they're making 250,000. They're probably making a little more than that. Not that I know. I do. But the CEO had mentioned that at some point during summer, he expects them to be doing $1 million a month. And even if they don't get there, even if let's say they do like a 3x from what they're doing now, and they're doing $750,000, a month, that's $9 million per year. That's like a 3x of their entire market cap, what they're doing in bottom line revenue, which is freaking nuts. And again, this gun to my head and say like, hey, give me your most conservative prediction, and if it goes below that, you die right now. 20x from here. And so that would be 44, almost 45 cents. Just because of what they're doing. Again, stupid undervalued in my opinion, but what do I know? Oh, what up everybody? How's it going? David says, Shiro Nico, come on. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff here, a lot of good projects. Bobby Green, what up? Saying Fist. That was a great movie. Sylvester Stallone, just out of the park. G Money says, hello, Dashi. Dashi is spelled with a Y, but I admire you saying hello. Dogs got to stick together, right? Jay the Cool Cat saying, Randy, yeah. Shiro fam in the house. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love all the fam in the house. We gotta love our Shiro peeps. I did wind up speaking to the head animator of Shiro the other day. It was a brief exchange of just like, hey, I would love to go in and do a collab with you, have Shiro in daCAT comic, have daCAT over in Shiro, and then in some way try to get Shiro over on VeVe. Dude's very, very busy because the comic is amazing. It's beautiful. But yeah, we haven't spoken at length yet. Just a quick kind of hello intro. Super nice dude, super nice guy. Cannot wait to discuss further. Let's continue on here. Before I do, if y'all can just smash that like button, the free way to help support the channel, not free ways of Patreon, super thanks button down below, super chats as well. And definitely, if you want to sign up for that Devi Exchange, link down below. Me love you long time. I'll put in some like utility for that at some point. Now let's get to the. I guess we have to go from yesterday because yesterday we didn't really go over the current news because I had the OMI is my homie show. I guess before I get to this, so I do have Jen. Jen. She said I could use her real name. The Crypto Queen. Crypto Queen is Queen numeral 1 crypto over on X. 15,000 followers. She is the founder of Sheeb Women. She's a space host. Sheeb Co-op, STFT, NFT Crypto Chicks, Welly, not sure what that is. The LTD token, K9 Finance, Social Shiro, DMC, and a mod, I guess, for DMC, and Sui as well. Obviously, none of this is financial advice, but I cannot wait to get her on. She'll be on tomorrow, I think at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm pretty sure. I just have to check here. And yeah, Jenny Rogers, so that she'll be coming on as her, even though she has the, that profile picture, you'll see her real face. Yeah, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. We'll be going on for, I think, like an hour, give or take. I asked her, like, oh, can we do like 3 hours? And she's like, no. And I was like, okay. Yankees won 4-3. All right, interesting. Okay. So David, he was speaking in a space before. He'd done it again. He posted about Pokemon, and he goes and says, well, the post from Vagabond saying, to celebrate the release of Scarlet and Violet 151, Blooming Waters Premium Collection, we're giving you the chance to win the exclusive right to purchase one of 6 collection boxes. You just like the post, tag a trainer friend in the comics. I got tagged multiple times, and follow us on Instagram at Vagabond Games. It's like, okay, well, David, you said he was sharing Pokemon stuff, right? What is this Vagabond Game stuff? But David actually owns the Vagabond Games. This is Vagabond Games and Collectibles. This is over the one in New Zealand. You could actually see the address over on their Instagram, saying 40 Courthouse Lane, Chancery, Auckland, New Zealand, Takapuna, 466 Lake Road, North Shore, 09 498 2750. Again, just Vagabond Games. And if you go to the Vagabond Games like Instagram and you see, okay, there's some Yu-Gi-Oh posts over here, there's some Warhammer posts. David could have shared any one of those, but he didn't. He only shares Pokemon stuff. Why, damn it? Like, clearly all of them would be good for him to share, because if he did, then more eyes get on it. It's just good for his business. But he only did Pokemon. And I don't know why. I think I have an idea. He's either very close to a deal on Pokemon. He's either very close to a deal, or it's like secured and it's just hush hush and like 2 people know about it. I don't even know, because he's head of licensing, right? So I don't even know if a deal was inked, if he would even tell like Dan or Ben, just because it's got to stay so super secret. And again, he's in charge of licensing, so it's not like anyone else would need to know. Again, this is just my thought. Gun to my head, do we have it right now? 24% chance, but do we get it in the future? I mean, David would look really silly if he posts all this stuff about Pokemon and then we don't get it eventually. Like, things, even if we don't have it right now, things are probably looking pretty okay, in my opinion. Yesterday, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said China's escalation was a big mistake. It was. They came crawling back. Yesterday's market drop marked one of the most significant drops in recent history, triggering a spike in volatility. Highest volatility events on record remains the 08 financial crisis, followed by 2020 Rona 19 crash. In contrast, yesterday and 2 days ago, volatility was among the lowest since 2015 China market crash. That was wild. So again, it wasn't just America's stocks and crypto that were going down. China just got demolished, like no Vaseline. Like, they just, no safe word. So again, that's why today they're just like, okay, make it stop. We got that. Justice Department scraps crypto unit as Trump further loosens oversight on digital assets. So again, despite all the negativity and a lot of the red candles, all of it's like what VeVe's going through right now. It's like, despite the OMI price going down and people's vault values going down, and despite, them having lesser revenue, the amount of stuff that they've been building is just, oh my God, it's incredible. The foundations and the pillars of the next house that they're building is incredible. Same way with crypto, where you have the SEC being like, hey, we're going to drop all of these cases. And you have the Justice Department scrapping the crypto unit as Trump further loosens oversight on the digital assets. Again, like it might have been, the prices might have gone down, but I think a lot of that was manipulation, because like all of this is just coming just beautifully. Didn't do that. And even the day, but even yesterday, for whatever reason, the stock market futures were pumping, right? And it's just like, did they like know something? And Trump like let it leak to someone? Hasn't. I guess probably minimum 20 million plus. I don't know what this is from. Ripple acquires crypto-friendly prime broker Hidden Road for 1.25 billion. Say they're pretty bullish. Yo, what's up, Zombie? How's it going, fam? Meow, 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 meow. Zombie, use my link down below to go and sign up for that Devi Exchange, and I will try. So here's why everyone should try and do that. I'm, maybe I shouldn't say anything. Maybe I should. I mean, too late now. Got to say something. There's already conversations going on of, hey, who should we list? What tokens do you think I'm talking to them about? I'll tell you all this. The better, the more trading volume you have, the more social engagement there is on socials, the better chance you have. So if you want your token, especially ones that I cover on here, Essence. Oh, sorry. If you want your tokens to be listed on the Devi Exchange, go in and use my link, sign up, and then when the time is right, I will tell you, okay, spam Devi, when you list in this token. Now, obviously, everyone that's here right now will be like, okay, OMI, Definity, daCAT, SHIRO, and that's fine, and we will. But Earth 2 definitely as well. Even though Earth 2 is not in the title, Earth 2 is definitely something that I think they would probably want to list anyway, especially when that metaverse narrative kicks off. Because even so, Bill Gardner today, speak of the devil, and shall appear. Bill Gardner sent Crypto Rain a super chat today in order for him to go over Essence, and the guy Paul from Definity that was on there with him was so unfamiliar with the token, he started covering Essentia first, that other ESS token, and then Rain's like, oh no, actually it's not that ESS token, it's this ESS token. So that's how unfamiliar that guy was with it. And then when he did, Rain mentioned like the metaverse. They're like, hey, and Rain, again, it takes a big man to admit when you're wrong. And Rain said, I didn't think these guys would survive the bear market, but they did. They've been building. They have hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of views on their videos, people that are very supportive of them. And again, I don't even think Rain was familiar with the most recent articles that have been shared the last few days. So, oh God, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, well, hello, everybody. How's it going? Meow, meow, meow. Where'd you go, Zombie? So, yeah, Zombie. This is why everyone should go in and sign up for the Devi Exchange, because you'll have a little more saying power. Like, oh, yeah, I signed up for the exchange. You should list this token, and then I will go and trade more. And again, this is one of the very few like, again, I have David on, I've been on, I have people from the community on, like for VeVe and OMI. And that's great. You know, at least, even if they don't listen to me or take what I say and like do it, I at least have their ear, and I can, say like, hey, the community kind of wants this. This is what I've noticed on my community. And certain things do happen. For Definity, same thing. Like, again, when Manu had finally confirmed publicly what they were doing each month, it's like, remember when I told you guys, oh, I don't know how much they're doing, but I guarantee you they're doing a lot, and the market price is so stupid undervalued. And then he confirmed what they were doing. Well, he confirmed well into the six figures. It's still it's not public knowledge how much they're doing. There's a lot of good that we could all do as communities because of the relationship I have with Tom and the Devi peeps. And if you go, and it doesn't matter if nobody uses that link to sign up. If you'd be like, hey, when the exchange is live, I'll sign up and I'll use your link, sure. And that's fine. And like, even if nobody does it, I think there's like 12 people that have done it so far since yesterday. Because, I had kind of connected Tom with a couple of people, and I cover their stuff for free. Yeah, there's if I book a link in his calendar, he'll take the meeting, and he might just humor me, and I'll be like, hey, you should do these links here, and here. But if suddenly he's like, okay, Chavez, you actually signed up like 2,000 people, and you say like a few, play Pareto distribution, 20% of those are going to do 80% of the volume. Okay. What do you want listed? The more people that sign up under me, the more power I'll have and negotiating tactic that I'll have, especially if I go to you guys and be like, okay, they're doing a poll, they're doing a contest, who do you want there? That's going to be one of the biggest pieces of power that we could have, like as a direct line to an exchange, that which again is likely going to be one of the biggest exchanges in the world. 100% regulatory compliant. You don't even have to custody your crypto over there. Crazy innovative. Anywho, what's up, Croner? What's up, EricMiles.eth? Happy cat day. Meow, meow, meow. Fartcoin up 48%. That is bananas. That is wild. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, hello, Manu. What did you just? Oh, okay. All right. You given me today's numbers. Thank you, Manu. Thank you. All right. month to date, not horrible here. Actually, there is something that I do have to read from Definity here. Actually, there's a couple of things I have to read from a couple of places. One is a note from Definity where they say trading in January, February, March has been steady, but we haven't seen the growth in revenue that we had hoped to see this quarter. The slower than anticipated scaling has been largely due to the personal issues we've been facing. See below. Long story short, the one of the DMA Link and Definity founders, they did fall ill. They did have to take some time away from the business. So we do have to keep someone in mind to take on the role of CTO and COO in an interim capacity, and we will look to hire a permanent replacement for Ashwin at some point in the second half of the year. We've also made a couple of new junior hires at the end of March, and the addition of these will take some of the trading burden off of the core team, allowing them to get back to more strategic matters. Now is the platform development. After significant development and testing in January and February, the GUI and API trading functionalities are now operational, and we are pushing clients live with these. For the Meridius business, this increased automation will bring significant efficiency improvements and reduce the burden of manual aspects of trading. With these critical functions now operationalized, we will monitor over the coming weeks and use this time to iron out any final wrinkles before switching on the bank model. Then you have regulatory stuff. After successful completion of second proof of concept in February, the Oklahoma Gaming Commission has now given the green light for the rollout of the casino repo production to begin, with the first casino having gone live at the beginning of March. We are expecting that second gaming commission will give the green light soon. Then you have partnerships and business development. In February, we announced a major strategic partnership with Utila, which is a disruptive, all-in-one digital assets custody and operations platform. This partnership has the potential to be very significant for us in a number of ways, as Utila's vision and organizational culture very much align with our own. We see potential to create significant synergies between our two businesses. A major initial aspect of the partnership is that we have agreed that Definity will be their primary partner for all their fiat and on-off ramping needs. Oh my God, I love that. Oh my God, I love that so much. Also, I just got a text here. I just have to check something real quick to make sure that we're all good. Sorry. Partnership will also be very beneficial for our Definity utility token by significantly streamlining the process of buying and holding the Definity for our clients, and so reducing barriers to entry for this utility. There will also be a number of new token utilities for the Definity token as a result of this partnership. Firstly, if our clients choose to pay their Utila invoices in Definity, they will receive a discount on that invoice. Secondly, going forward, retail Definity holders will have the opportunity to make use of Utila's institutional grade custody solutions that are not normally available to normies. They say individuals, but I'm going to say normies. We have spent a significant amount of time in the USA during Q1, making new connections and most importantly, getting local banking rails up and running. Given the increasingly positive attitude towards crypto from the current administration, go Trump, this was one of the last barriers to us entering the USA. With functioning banking rails, we can now start offering our services to the USA market. No wonder Manu says they'll be doing $1 million a month added to their P&L by the end of, by the summer, middle of summer. Now for the Definity token. We have verbal agreements from the first cohort of smaller funds to participate in the buy and hold utility to receive discounts to fees. So the first buys as part of this token utility should be happening in April or early May. So clock it. 5 weeks from now. That's maybe the latest that they're going to be able to do it. Maybe they do it sooner. The gaming repo utility is now live at the first casino and will hopefully start to see some Definity buys for reduced fees associated with this product. Now looking forward to Q2. That's where we are right now. The first buy and hold of Definity for reduced fees should happen in early Q2. We will also see further rollout of gaming repo to other casinos progressing through the quarter as well. We expect to see dramatic uptick in trading volumes and revenues in Q2 due to both improved quantity and allocation of human resource and increased use of GUI and API infrastructure, as well as beginning to offer trading for the USA market. Due to an extended testing period on GUI and API trading, as well as the personal issues mentioned, the commencement of the banking model POC has been pushed back by a few weeks, that's fair, and will now happen in Q2. We felt it made more sense to delay launch rather than rushing it out when we were under-resourced. It is important to do everything we can to ensure that there are no hiccups and that when we do go live, we get it right the first time. This will give confidence to all stakeholders and mean that we can move from POC to scaling much more rapidly. Oh my God, that is so heckin' bullish. So heckin' bullish. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Yeah. SHIRO says, happy hump day, hump day. I'm gonna need more water. Whew. Okay. Excellent move. SHIRO Nico stuff. Oh, a little Definity buy here. Very small one, $175, but good for them. Darn it, Definity, stop pumping. I am sorry. I just read the most bullish article for Definity that you'll ever see because, it's you want it to stop pumping, but it will not stop pumping. It is up 41% today, and it will keep pumping. Maybe. I don't know. It could not. It could get cut in half again. Who knows? Bill Gardner saying, what up? Like, dang, Definity up 40. Yeah, I know. Definity went bananas. Yo, G Money, my man. G Money, my man. You're a homie. Through and through. We heart. 5 o'clock shadow. It's been 2 days, but I got 5 o'clock shadow. Okay, where was I? I was over to Definity up 42%. Is wild. Anyway, let's keep going, shall we? Where was I? I think I took that screenshot. Give that over to the boys. Give that over to the boys. Where's my boys? Okay, there we go. X. Okay. 400 million USDT was sent to the Binance exchange yesterday. Whales have been loading up. Mr. MC1 says, hi, YG official, Blink, YG Entertainment official. Will there be any Blackpink concert tickets given away with the Blackpink drop on VeVe official in 4 days? No. Deluba. Oh, no, I think I talked about this yesterday, right? Yeah, I definitely talked about it yesterday. I don't need to talk about it again. Okay. Should I? Nah, we should be fine. Paul Bureau and Ray Quintana exclusively unveiled their strategic partnership that combines Devi Digital's breakthrough technology platform, Devi Exchange with DailyBox regulated banking infrastructure to create a new model of crypto without chaos. This integrated solution offers institutions the safety, regulatory compliance, and control they require while delivering the speed, innovation, access to yield opportunities inherent in DeFi. It offers a non-custodial exchange platform with instant settlement, theft protection, private key loss protections, and privacy-preserving mechanisms that remain fully compliant with regulatory requirements. This brand new approach lets TradFi institutions provide their security that customers have learned to rely on while still allowing for a new era in finance. The two are no longer mutually exclusive. God, I love them so much. Having them be a customer as well is huge. It's insane that to be in the position that Devi is currently, the literal first gateway for financial institutions to onboard capital. Regulated Euro stablecoin is also massive, and this is just step one. DailyBox can contribute to liquidity caches, and liquidity caches can be used for liquidity on the exchange. Bebop, it is so fun. So they have a game called Litcraft, I think, or like Niceperience, I think it is. Yeah, been good, just been busy. Yep, okay, I feel you. I'll get back to you in a minute. Oh my God, Niceperience. Here it is. So yeah, it's called Litcraft Niceperience. It's a pretty fun app, and I had a couple of high scores on some of their games when there was like 80 people on there, 100 people, like 100 people per day. Every now and then they'd have like 400 or 500 people, but they're pretty fun games, and I still have like a couple. They're not the number one high scores, but you'll see ChavezMegacity on a couple of those games on there. Less and less because I'm not as good as I once was. I've stopped playing a bit, although I did play a bit yesterday. Devise engagement to increase your reward share, rare Lit Squad collectible token. So yeah, once you sign up for this exchange, again, link down below to sign up, you do get like a founder's pack. There's some other tasks that you can do, and you can get more stuff. So I actually can go in and show you some of the stuff that I have. Let's go to the tape. Let's go to inventory. I guess I can do inventory on Litcraft. And then you see like I have, okay, let me lower this brightness here. I have bananas, blueberries, body magic white. I don't know what that is. I have dirt. I have inconce. There's like a list of stuff that I have. And I don't know how much of this is for, but I have 68 blueberries, so close to 69. But I have 7,426 and chance. I don't even know what that is. I just play the games and I get rewards, man. I don't even know what that is, and I assume it's like 10 cents. I don't know what it is, but yeah. So that's some of the rewards and stuff that you can get, and yeah, very very happy. You don't have to KYC for the exchange right now. I did it. It uploaded a picture of my passport, uploaded a selfie of me. I look so different than what my passport was like 2018. Yeah. And then they emailed me like a few hours later, hey, you passed KYC. Awesome. KYC complete. And I have a Devi ID now as well. But you could just find me there as Chavez Cat. Anyway, let's keep going. This is the most, Tom says, is the most important of everything we release technologically. You'll make money from everyone you bring in and everyone they bring in and everyone they bring in. So it does go 3 levels, which is bananas. So great. Like, I don't know how Trump said this yesterday. He's like, Trump said, China wants to make a deal badly, but they don't know how to get started. How did he know? Clairvoyant. Justin, $2 trillion was added to the U.S. at stock market open, and this was yesterday, not including today, which is nuts. There's another another $250 million USDC that was minted yesterday. World's largest asset manager, BlackRock, says that it was increasingly cautious about U.S. stocks. That was yesterday. I pumped since then. South Korea president says that they will not counter U.S. tariffs. God, I look so disgusting in my profile. Can I even? Yeah, it looks not great. As in, so this is yesterday. China says the U.S. isn't serious about trade talks and warns intimidation, threats, and blackmail aren't the way. Dude, they were so strong until the end, and they folded like a lawn chair. China, the rest of the world are determined to fight a trade war to the end. That end literally came 24 hours later. It was nuts. Max Brown says, ignore all the loud bears. Open rate cuts happen and QE starts. We will make millions in 2025. We just need to survive the crap show and avoid futures so we do not get completely wiped out. As long as we have some capital, even if it's $1,000, we can turn that into 10,000 to 100,000 to a million. I believe he's right. I believe he's right. Buy a little Devi, let it $1,000. Buy a little Devi, let it go 10x. As long as OMI's still down here, take that 10K, chuck it into OMI. I'm not gonna lie, that could do like hundreds of X. Chucking it into OMI at that, especially at these prices, they're so freaking low. But let's say that just the 10 grand into OMI, let's say it does another 10x, and then it's like 002, which is so freaking unbelievably. It's definitely gonna go much higher. But then yeah, then suddenly you're at 100K. Definity's down still. I'd say chuck 100 grand in Definity at a $3.5 million market cap. Maybe keep like half of that in there. But there's a buddy of mine today that she just cleared up 90K, helped her put 20K into Devi OMI Definity, and I can do some more tomorrow. Some more. How do you have some more something if you haven't had anything yet? Name that movie. So good. Bill Garner says, I did like how Trump gave us a chance to insider trade. Yeah, bro, how he was like, heads up, it's a great time to buy. Then later that he 45 minutes later made that announcement. There was a mad lad that yesterday put in like a $47 million long on Ethereum. And then I think like earlier today had put in like another like 20 something million dollar long on Bitcoin. Dude had made like $30 million. It's like 20x leverage. It was nuts. And a vampire says, Bill Gardner, yeah, I have some funds coming in the next couple weeks. I want more. Same. Bill Gardner says, me too. I was supposed to have more, and then I didn't. But maybe next time. Bill Gardner, give me those dabs. Yo, what up? What up, Bill Gardner? Yeah. All right, let's keep going with some of this news here. BlackRock says it's optimistic about stocks long term and believes AI can help the U.S. reclaim global leadership. That's cool. Italian Prime Minister Meloni is going to travel to the U.S. to negotiate tariffs with President Trump. This is amazing. God, this is so cool. I have to sneeze so badly. No, I don't. I'm good. The White House yesterday had said 104 tariffs on China went into effect. Um, VeVe Feed Community Contest, celebrating creativity in the community every week. Retweet, like, and vote now. Once again, an amazing fire week in the VeVe app feed. Our mods have searched and found 12 awesome random picks. I think I voted for Jeffro73 because I don't know how he found this place with a whole bunch of colors at the. Oh, yeah. No, no. Oh, bless me. Thanks, guys. He found this place with colors that fit perfectly with the collectible, so I thought that was cool. White House says America does not need other countries as much as they need us. Preach. Preach, girl. Preach. Apple flies in 5 planefuls full of iPhones to avoid U.S. tariffs. They recreated the dire wolf also. That is news that I just... A dire wolf owl hasn't been heard in 12,500 years. Yet they made one, and we finally all heard it. We all heard it the other day. It was amazing. It was so beautiful. Just in White House, again, this is yesterday, White House has deals to lower tariffs. Will only be made if it's good for U.S. workers and trade deficits. Love that. VeVe Collectibles posts and say, Blinks, Jisoo is so back. Jisoo takes the spotlight in her very own blind box drop, featuring 4 playful 3D digital collectibles. From her signature elegance to an animated dance, a graceful pose with an umbrella, and a dazzling diamond. Special edition, this collection brings Jisoo's charm to life in AR like never before. And with autopay now available, securing your favorite Blackpink digital collectibles is easier than ever. You can snap just like that. It's a SpongeBob reference. This Jisoo drop starts on Saturday, 12 April at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sunday, 13 April at 12 a.m. KST. Oh, okay, that's the okay, gotcha. See blog for full details. Yesterday, Canada announced 25% tariffs on some U.S.-made cars, and I think today, like 2 hours ago, they said like, okay, we're going to come to the table, we're going to negotiate, because they know that they can't do nothing. Can't do nothing. Will be known for those who made it through this cycle as having serious balls for not capitulating, bro. Yeah. Heroes of the day, legends forever. I don't want to say Pokemon is confirmed because clearly it's not, but man, yeah, I will cry. I guess if we get it, and I don't know how they'll do it. What I would do is it would just be a black screen. And then maybe like Pika, and then a Pokeball. Like, oh my god, I would go freaking nuts. I go nuts. I just go nuts. I'd cancel every show I had for like 3 days. I'd be like, guys, it's going down. Jared tells us the trade war ends. Did we just bump the tariffs 125%? We did, lad. We did. Earlier today, and then China came back and said, okay, Trump, you win. We'll start negotiating. And I do have more on that, but I do have to get to the rest of the news first. Now I'm out. Cartels are manipulating the market to shake out retail and buy everything cheap so they can control the crypto market like Wall Street. BlackRock holds $48 billion worth of Bitcoin and $2 billion in ETH while they are predicting a recession. Look at their actions, not words. Yeah, so many people calling recession, so many people calling and saying like, oh, it's over, because they wanted people to capitulate and sell super cheap so they could buy in and get in my crypto. You had emoji the other day that came into a space as King Disney, even changing his name, saying the coronation of King Disney live at the Oasis. That was hysterical. VeVe Magic had something to say about that. That was awesome. White House says Trump believes the U.S. has the capability to make iPhones. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. I do not like the tariffs long term because that disincentive. Like if I make something at $1 a piece, but China makes it at $50 at 50 cents a piece, but the U.S. tariff on it is like, $1. It's like, okay, well, people are going to buy mine just because it's cheaper. That disincentivizes me to try to make my product cheaper and better, because I could just rely on those tariffs. So I don't like them long term. But for right now, Lordy, it's been great. I mean, it's been sucking, but the deals that are coming to be made, yeah, good times. Horrible times, but they're about to be really good. Ben Shapiro says activist judges rubber stamp billions in suspect Social Security disability claims. The amount of illegals that were able to get Social Security numbers is mind-blowing. President Trump said that we are taking $2 billion in a day from tariffs. Tariffs are on. Makes sense. Ash Crypto says very consistent investment. 2018, ETH was 1450. 2025, ETH was 1450. Obviously, that was all conjecture there because it goes up and down. We'll have that before. Transfer laptop, 60%. Yeah, dude, that it's bananas that Devi is going to give away 60% of their trading fees. Could you imagine that? I feel like if I'm Joey Diaz and like you, the audience of Joe Rogan, could you believe that? Like 60% of their trading fees given away to us is heckin' bananas. Reports say Pam Bondi may be launching an investigation into George and Alex Soros for allegedly financing attacks on Tesla property. Elon Musk says those who finance the attacks on Tesla will go to prison. That is wild. Every 2 or 3 words, like, yep, that's nuts. So again, people in the DEVVE Telegram saying the project pays out up to 60% if someone else is at least a 3rd-tier referral. Obviously, you'll get 35% for your 1st tier. When they refer somebody, you get 15% of their fees. And if they refer somebody, you get 10% of their fees. So they do wind up going 60%, but it is tiered like that. But again, it's bananas. Again, you get one person in there. Let's say it's $1 million. I'm not even talking 10. Let's say it's $1 million in trades, right? Oh. And $1 million in trades goes to, again, what 1%? So 10,000 in fees. If that's your guy, it's $3,500. If that's your guy's guys, that's $1,500. And then if that's your guy's 3 guys removed, still $1,000. And there are a lot of people that I know that go a heck of a lot higher than that. Heck of a lot higher than that. I have some funds coming in the next couple of weeks. Bill Gar says, me too. We will be known for those. Trade war ends. Did I just pay for Paul to cover it? Yeah, pretty much. You did. I mentioned that before. Gar says, I will sign up for Devi tonight. Just want to make sure you get credit. So I'll hit you up later. Of course. Again, link down below, Bill Gardner. Link down below. Meow. David Yu has reposted again, Collectors Gone Digital posting about their Pokemon vending machine, and David Yu reposts it. And VeVe Viral says, damn, dude. Oh, it's amazing. All right, so you have Pro Bitcoin, Paul Atkins officially confirmed as new SEC chair. We're going to the moon, boys. We're going to the moon. I love this game. I'm going to type that out right now. I love this game. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, Crypto says, trade war news hitting the feed. Eyes on everything, but I'm locked in on daCAT. Quiet moves, loud impact. Hell yeah. You ever see those photos or like things and just think like, hell yeah. Like guys will like post a photo of like a really cool looking stick. And let's say like, my girlfriend doesn't appreciate this, but I know the boys will. And all the guys are like, hell yeah. And just like photos of like Stone Cold Steve Austin drinking beer. And then the caption just says, guys will just look at this photo and think, hell yeah. That's what I'm getting here. That's what I'm getting for a lot of this stuff. Again, when the SEC does stuff like that, good times. Greece wall starts tonight. Woohoo! We got Hero over here. Crypto Hero saying Greece wall starts. He meant green wall, but I think I know what he meant. Let's see what else we have here. The people commenting. Crypto says, while others react, we stay ready. Always 3 steps ahead in silence. We'll give him a heck yeah. Heck yeah for that. Then we have DeBaker saying daCAT is a low cap gem. I will say agreed, because tens of thousands of dollars from me personally will go into that later this year. You have DB Crypto saying daCAT token with a nice little meme over there. Nice little picture of the little kitty. Look at this kitty. That is a cute freaking kitty right there. And you have DB Crypto giving us the deck screener. So I'll give him some smiles. I gave him a kissy face. It looks like I'm gay for him. A Shock Ninja says, big shout out to you, Randy Chavez, and what you do for the space, spreading the love and toleration like Twilight Sparkle taught me to do. David Pololoco says, come on, Shiro Nico. I'll give him a meow. Gotta respond to all the people that respond to me, except for this person that's trying to leave spam in my stuff. Okay, J Cool Cat 2 says, let's go, Shiro Nico the comic. Love the comic, it's great. We're going to try to do a collab with daCAT and get them on VeVe. 5 Rings says, let's go, Shiro Army. I'll give him a 2 meows for that because I see him comment a lot. He's a good egg. And then you have Custies. Shiro says, let's go, Shiro. And I'll give him a whoo. You should do that right now. Give us a whoo. And let's go to the other probable spam. It's not spam. It's Goodnight Chicken saying Shiro, and I'll give him some hearts for that. Gotta love the people that support me. And I think I already got Cryptolos, right? Oh, there's another Cryptolos post, and I'll give him a meow, or I'll give him some smiley faces. Okay, let's go to some other stuff here. You have Arcturus. Oh wow. Wait, does David you follow Pokemon? Wait, hold the freaking phone. Hold the freaking phone. Is he following Pokemon now, or is Pokemon following him? He's following Pokemon. I shouldn't say that. We have to keep cooler heads here. Got to keep cooler heads. There are certain times where he follows people that he doesn't. Certain times where he follows people and we have no deal. Like he's followed Elon Musk, he's followed SpaceX. Just fans. There's no official deals that have been brought to the table from Tesla, SpaceX, or whatever. So there are times where he follows people and there's no deals. However, currently, OMI, VeVe, Marvel, Disney. Okay, so it is still Elon Musk that he goes in and follows, and he, to my knowledge, they don't have a SpaceX partnership or anything. And then like, well, okay, he has Viz Media, okay, and then Stanley, obviously. And then Webtoon is really cool. Webtoon Official is really cool. Oh, he follows the collectors. He follows the Collectors Hub. That's so cool. Glad to see him following some fans. Now he's following Roblox as well, and I don't think that there's a deal with Roblox. I mean, if there is, cool, but yeah, he's following the Pokemon. He's following the Pokemon, and now we gotta just be like, all right, freaking out on live. Ha 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 ha. Maybe we should get Orange Bag Lady over here. Get Orange OBO on and see what she thinks. I mean, there's still a lot of news to go over, so let me know. But I'll extend the invite anyway. Let me go to my thing here, and I'll see if I can text her the invite. Copy URL link. Let's go to the OBO because she's a great lady, isn't she? And let's go and let's just say, come on stream. Oh God, I missed. Okay, we're gonna wait for that to fill. Come speculate with me. Oh my God, why is it not? It's not letting me send the link. Not letting me send the link. Oh, okay, it's sent. All right, I said, come on stream, come speculate with me. Let's see what she says. And then let's do. Okay, very good, very good. Going live. Okay, there's a lot of notifications here. All right, I'm not going to get to any of these notifications right now. Let's continue on, shall we? Oh, thank you, G Money, for signing up for the Devi. Again, anyone that wants to use my link down below to sign up would very much appreciate it. And this is how we get our tokens listed on that new exchange. Rolls out later this year. Anywho. Oh, Ben in Korea says, yo, Devi sign up reward program was rolled out very, very well. Agreed, Ben in Korea. Did you sign up using my link? I think you did, because you are a member here and you do what's good for the good of all crypto. Now let's continue on getting this spread. I love this meme. Manager telling us we are family. Meanwhile, I've applied to 30 other families this week. That's so great. IRS chief to resign over deal to share data with authorities. Oh, that's interesting. You have Chris Severs saying, Funko Fun Friends, Mr. Ben Rose. Thank you for this generous signed Coco the Monkey, Coco Pops Funko. Very fun giveaway prize, courtesy of Omili Tees, Creator Economy live stream. Have a fun weekend, everyone. VeVe Official, Original Funko, and my collectibles. And then yesterday, again, U.S. Department of Justice shuts down crypto enforcement unit effective immediately to comply with Trump order. The war on Bitcoin was ended yesterday. Ugh. I am a little hot here. You know. Okay, there we go. Can't do that. And yeah, President Trump signed that executive order yesterday, officially raising tariffs on China to 104% yesterday. VeVe gave us the fake out yesterday saying Yoda, Vetna Mooncrest, a mysterious planet. I thought we were getting a Yoda collectible at first, but it's a comic that they're doing, which is still cool. President Trump says that China has ripped us off left and right, but now it's our turn to do the ripping. Nice. Raul Powell says this feels a lot like December 2018. For those that were around, Powell signaled a pivot, and I think we get the same, plus a trade resolution with China. Risk in stocks feels like 10% downside, max versus 15% upside in 2 weeks, and 25% upside in a month or two, and much more in 6 months. And again, when the stock market adds legit 5 trillion in a day, geez, it's like the only day in history with Dow was up over 3,000. Heckin' nuts. It's heckin' nuts. And Trump says countries are kissing my ass to make new trade deals. I bet they are. Love him or hate him, man gets stuff done. Actually, there's a Raul Powell poll that was out yesterday. Now the poll was, we are so heft, we are not heft, we might be heft, and soon we are so back. I put we might be heft. Because I didn't know, man. I didn't know. But now, obviously, that poll is going to be very skewed. Dude, the fear and greed index, 10 hours, it was at 3. It was at 3. It was at 3. That was like the most fearful you could get, barring like nuclear war. Now, obviously, people saying like soon we are so back. But yeah, that was a lot of votes. Yeah. Fear and greed index, 3. That is nuts. Anywho, let's keep going. Bill Garner says, so I'm reading Ready Player One right now. It's different than movie, yeah. Instead of Dino turning into Gundam, he turns into Ultraman. The IP we have that's in the book is crazy. It is crazy. It's crazy scary, right? Right. Love that. What I've learned is if VeVe and Earth 2 came together, it would be the Oasis. My guy, 100,000%. Aw, 7 years ago I saw the Mario movie with my boys. Actually, it was with girls, but you know, there were boys to me. It was a former love interest, and then you know, her daughter. Anyway, what we got here. 502, despite rising volatility, Bitcoin 1% market depth remains resilient while liquidity decreased following the February 3 tariff sell-off. Market makers kept stable Bitcoin exposure through March and increased it in early April despite the global sell-off on Liberation Day. Conversely, ETH liquidity continued its decline, dropping 27% from January 1st to April 6th, reaching 243 million amid ongoing underperformance. Now the U.S. Senate confirms Paul Atkins to lead the SEC as it enters crypto-friendly era. My lordy, do I love this game. I love it so damn much. You have Raul Paul yesterday going over and saying, while you all wet your pants over macro doom porn, X copy art sales are flying. Art is the ultimate store of value over generations. And I said, hey, this looks really cool. Like looking at it when you're on Lucy, you know. And then I said, look at this one. And I think I gave him like my KFC one. I was like, I like this one that they have on VeVe. Do you have any? And I keep doing that every time he posts about art or NFTs. And one of these days he's going to look, because my following is growing and they'll support me on that when I try to get him into VeVe. Worldwide U.S. tariffs officially in effect. That was midnight. Then we have, we're finally getting into today's news. Japan's Nikkei 225 stock market falls 5%. They are praying that they get a deal done as soon as possible. They are champing at the bit in order to get it done, and I think they'll get it done. So you have Treasury Secretary Bissett says Wall Street has grown wealthier for 4 decades. So for the next 4 years, it's Main Street's turn, and Main Street is getting that bread. DeBaker saying daCAT on ETH is the best small community in crypto. I'm not gonna lie, I think so. We have some really good people here, and the good people here are going to make some really good money, and we're going to help save all the world's animals, building brick by brick. Oh yeah, DeBaker, sign up to get that bread. Oh yeah, get the bread. Girl, love you, girl. Love you, girl. Yeah. European Union to impose between 10% and 25% tariffs on the U.S. goods. So I think the last 3 places so China's coming to the table. Canada said before they're coming to the table. I think the European Union is going to get hecked because they think, oh, we're the European Union. We have all this whole countries here in Europe. Not going to work out for them. The beggar says, looking good with a clean shave. You should have seen me 2 days ago when it was super clean. Anywho, let's continue on, shall we? Japan's stock market and is crashing, and Japan's Ministry of Finance and other agencies are holding a 3-way meeting. This could be liquidity injecting plan to stabilize the market. Could be. Mind-blowing, speechless. Yeah, there was 2,095,247 non-citizen Social Security numbers issued. What the fudge? Remember a month ago when the first ever NFT ETF was filed by Pudgy Penguins? Wonder how that's doing. Anyway, and also remember when I made that video and that live stream about the Disney earnings call, and they were talking about how you could buy digital and physical goods in their metaverse, buying digital goods in their metaverse. I wonder when we're going to hear about that again. I don't know. We'll see. Carlos Reese says, let's go. daCAT is coming. I think they are coming, and I think it's going to be great. Love this bread. Yeah, President Trump this morning says it's a great time to buy, and right he was. Leverage Bitcoin ETF exposure has returned to lows not seen. Okay, that was on the 8th, though. Argentina Congress backs investigation into officials over Libra meme coin, and Binance to launch LDUSDT, a second reward-bearing margin asset for its futures platform. Thought it was interesting. Oh, actually, there's something else I have to go over for Definity markets, which I didn't get to before. What was it? It was. Did I comment on it? I think I commented on it. So let me go to X here. Yes, doing it now. Oh, Eva, I love you. Me, love you. Long time. Let's go to my X account, and I'll read you the beautiful write-up that they did for Definity. And oh god, I had so many comments back here. And then they tagged me in it, which I thought was great. If I can freaking find it. Okay, yeah, it was Alia Research. Not a ton of, 21.4 thousand followers, so not bad, not bad. They go over and say crypto is growing fast, but compared to traditional markets, still tiny. For institutions to truly enter the space, they need one thing: trust. Enter Definity, a hybrid DEX for institutions, onboarding the biggest Web3 clients. The total crypto market cap peaked at 3.7 trillion. It's a lot, but still just 10% of gold and a fraction of US equities or USD markets. Retail alone won't close that gap. We need institutional adoption to unlock the next leg. Demand is real. EY's global survey found most institutional investors see long-term value in digital assets. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF, IBIT, hit 40 billion assets under management in just 211 days. Major players like Goldman, Millennium, and Jane Street are entering, but there's a catch. Institutional faces real roadblocks: regulatory uncertainty, custody and counterparty risk, lack of institutional-grade infrastructure, and costly and fragmented on- and off-ramps. DeFi isn't built for institutions. Success falls short on transparency and trust. Now, Definity, it aims to fill these gaps, being engineered for institutional standards. It's not a SEX or a DEX. Rather, Definity is a hybrid venue that combines the safety or TradFi with benefits of DeFi. Hold on, I got to tell my friend I love her. I love you both a long time. Definity never holds client funds. Trades are backed by a double A rated EU bank with fiat held securely and crypto custody left to clients, e.g. Fireblocks and BNY Mellon. Very, very huge partnerships. I will repeat. Trades are backed by a double A rated EU bank with fiat held securely and crypto custody left to clients like Fireblocks and BNY Mellon. No pooled risk, no counterparty exposure. And Definity runs an ECN style model, no custody, direct access to curated liquidity pools, and efficient execution for large trade models. Institutions get T+0 fiat settlement, sub 20 ms latency, and trade sizes up to 100 million or 500 million with algos. Anonymous trading is also available. What about on and off ramp solutions? Well, that's all. Definity enables seamless fiat, greater than or less than crypto conversion in major currencies with support for trades up to 250 million and same-day settlement. Regulatory alignment is core to Definity's design, and unlike most competitors operating from gray-listed jurisdictions, Definity is regulated in Meridius, which is global AML compliance, virtual asset protector licensed in Jersey, aligned with AMLD5, it's the Euro Anti-Money Laundering Directive, and partnerships matter too. Definity works with established players across finance and crypto to strengthen its offering and expand access. Tier 1 European investment bank, again, AA rated. So Facet, which is Coinbase for emerging markets. You have Kima, omni-chain institutional settlement layer. Bitline and Every, crypto to casino chip repo product. This is the first of its kind. Bitline and Every, Fusion Ha, to perform a crypto to casino chip repo product. Nothing like that has ever been made in the history of man. And a global top 20 hedge fund direct platform integration. The fact that they're a $3.5 million market cap doing what is conservatively $250,000 a month, I'm telling you right now, it's more. Stupid. This should minimum be like 10 to 20x right now. And when they bump it up to, like $1 million a month that they're adding to the P&L, be even crazier. Definity is DEFX is Definity's token. It's used to pay fees, access discounts, and support deflationary model through buybacks and burns. Institutions can either hold Definity for lower spreads or pay with it to get free discounts, or fee discounts, I should say. Retail can use it as a proxy for institutional crypto adoption. And Definity's supply is fixed at 171 million, and it features a structural buyback and burn model, so far seeing 960,000 Definity burned and 880,000 Definity bought back. And guys, I'm going to let you know right now, out of the 171 million that's out there, that's a fixed supply, me and my network have over 5%. And we're going to get a lot more. I'll say it again. Me and my network have over 5% of that supply, and we're going to get a ton more. Cannot wait for it. Definity is building infrastructure for institutional crypto adoption, regulated custody agnostic, credit-backed, low latency, and compliant, a structure aligned with institutional requirements. And we recently released a perspective report on Definity Network, which you can access the report for free, no account needed. Ali Research is engaged in a commercial relationship with Definity Markets as part of our educational initiative, and this report was commissioned as part of that engagement. And they decided to tag the Definity ecosystem with Definity Network, Real Randy Chavez, Crypto Rain, and Senti Official. God, I love them so much. Anywho, let's keep going on here. Carlos Reed says, "Let's go. daCAT is coming. Baku forever." Oh, love you, Bill Garner. And Coolmo, you guys have a great relationship. Coolmo, thanks for being a member. Ace Rig Move says, "Good morning, Randy." Good morning, Ace Rig Move. How's it going? Yeah. I will fall in love with you. Sorry, I'm just falling in love with my friends over and over again. I don't care how or when. Oh, got another tiny little buy for Definity. It's going to keep it up. Am I the soundtrack in Rocky 5? Because keep it up. Keep it up. Love it. Love it. Got 15 new creators there. 15 new ones. Meow. For the DEVVE there. And yeah, I'm gonna tell my boys and my gal to get a little more DEVVE because it's down. It's down. It went up to like 79 cents. It's down to 71. So it's still up 5% on the day, but you know, we want to buy it cheaper. So that's what we're going to try to do. Let's take a look at how OMI's been faring. It's up 4% on the day. Not bad, not bad. All right, let's continue on, shall we? Let's go. Sorry. We've got Disney stuff. It's a great time to buy. On recap, Trump says, "Be cool. Everything is going to work out well. The USA will be bigger than ever before." When he said that, I was like, "You can keep saying that, but the market and crypto keeps on tanking. So the words don't mean much." And then obviously they had the 90-day tariff pause, and then China came back to the table. You know, wild. Rollout. Yep. Okay, and even on CNN, fear and greed index was like 4, and the other one said 3. Yeah, fear and greed meter, it was 3. For coin market cap, it was 15 though. Treasury Scott Dissent says the U.S. government is looking at regulatory impediments to blockchain, stablecoins, and new payment systems. Amazon cancels inventory orders from China due to tariffs. Wild. Trump says this is a great time to move your company into the U.S. like Apple and so many others in record numbers are doing. 0 tariffs and almost immediate electrical energy hookups and approvals. No environmental delays. Don't wait. Do it now. I got to get this to my guys because I want a couple of people to come to the U.S. and try to get this bread, especially to Ohio. A lot of good stuff in Ohio. Oh, Foster. Can I go over this? I don't know if I can go over this. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. Probably not. Yeah, I know. David, why are you following Pokemon, girl? And Justin, again, China says it's willing to negotiate tariffs, but will fight to the end if the U.S. refuses to compromise. They better say please, because they're talking tough, but it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. China's folding. China's folding bad. Good for us. Things are, I'll say things are progressing well with OMI. Definitely not going to put a number on it on a time frame, but things are definitely going well at OMI to NFT. Burn mechanism has existed via OMI to NFT since August of 2024, where the buyer pays 2% of the purchase. Again, if everyone goes to Stacker right now and they list a couple of comics, or they buy my gold logo, one, if you buy my gold logo, I'll give you the card, the physical card that I used in order to mint that. So you get that as well. You'll get the hat. So if you go buy that, that's what you get. And then you know what? I'll give you. We'll have a discussion on what else you should get for that, if you decide to do that. But if you just want to help out, go in and list a couple of comics. Buy a couple of comics. Tarzan, or the comics that obviously not Marvel because we don't have that yet. Buy and sell a couple of things, and this way, when you do that, it helps them prepare for maybe future licenses. I don't know. Van Eck said that China and Russia are settling energy trades in Bitcoin. That is nuts. President Trump's executive director of digital assets says that they are ushering in a golden age for crypto. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little salty that crypto had nothing but gone down since Trump took presidency. And I posted, is that what he calls it? But then obviously today things reversed wicked quickly. Yeah, China and Russia are settling some trade transactions using Bitcoin. Jared Sousa says, I'm not seeing any news on China being willing to negotiate. I just read it before, but I think that's before you commented saying, yeah, no, it's other countries that are going to negotiate. China's at FU bumping up towers too. But again, it's been reported a couple of times today that they are coming to the table finally. Orange Bag Lady, I sent you a DM saying, yeah, bro, come on stream, come say hi, come do a chin wag with me and talk about the crack. See, if like people don't know who you are and they see me talking about the crack, they're gonna think that I'm on drugs. But that's what you say all the time, because apparently in Northern Ireland, wherever you are, it means the chew or the stuff. Yeah, President Trump raised tariffs on China 100. I guess that was it. 125% was the number. for China to get back. President Trump authorized a 90-day pause on tariffs, which is great because he's going to be able to do. Yeah, Jiboli lingo. This is how they get you. Orange bag lady posts the crack. I say the crack, and people think I'm on the crack. They think I'm riding that white horse. There was a dude I served with that was riding that white horse, and he went to Leavenworth. He went to jail, military jail. I think that's worse than normal jail. And say, hello, Master. Hello, Master. How's it going, fam? How you doing? How you doing? Anyway, let's keep going. We have because VeVe Digital Collectibles has glamour, intrigue, danger. She's not just a pinup; she's a secret agent. Dynamite Comics' Betty Page #1 reveals her classified adventures in 1951 Hollywood, and trust us, it's way more than just pretty pictures. Dive into espionage, mystery, and vintage glam. Grab your extremely scarce limited edition digital copy on VeVe Comics now. Meow meow. Is that what they're putting in? They're putting in smut. Oh, she looks good. She looks good. Got like who's the girl that plays Jessica Jones? Looks like her a little bit. With a mix of, oh my God, she got the booty, and Jessica Jones don't have a booty. This is more of like a Lorelai Gilmore in that. And this, oh my God, this, I can't even show this picture. Maybe I can, but I'm gonna choose not to. Maybe I could just get the scalp pic. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, he had $5 trillion. Yeah, dude. Since the 90-day tariff pause, the 90-day tariff pause happened at 1:21 p.m. So in 17 minutes, 3.5 trillion was added to the U.S. stock market, which is nuts. Tucked up in bed, dude. But what do you think of you, bro? Okay, so I don't think he's followed Pokemon yet. Like I feel like I would have known, or somebody would have told me. Also, this side is a little longer than this side. It's annoying my OCD. But yeah, now he does follow two other places that he does not publicly have a deal with. One was Elon Musk, and the other was Roblox. Now, it might be a little silly for him to start following all these random people that he doesn't have deals with. Elon Musk, he's the owner of the the platform of Twitter, of X. And Roblox, maybe David just autistically plays every now and then. I don't know. Maybe he's just a fan. Who knows? Obviously, he's a huge fan of Pokemon. He's been talking now. OBL. I don't know if you pay attention to his Instagram. Do you have an Instagram? We'll talk. We'll talk. But yesterday, all my troubles seem so far. David, you posted about Pokemon again. Now, it wasn't just any type of Pokemon. It was a Pokemon post from Vagabond Games. Now, what's so special about Vagabond Games? Now, he owns Vagabond Games and Collectibles over in New Zealand. That's the address right there. That's the address right there. And look at some of the other things. Okay, there's Yu-Gi-Oh! And there's Warhammer, but he only posted the Pokemon. Quandary. Why? And he's done this before. Why post about Pokemon multiple times? Why talk about Pokemon multiple times? Why do anything about Pokemon multiple times unless there's something going on? I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to get to the bottom. Okay, where was I? Sephiroth the cat says, yo, Randy, more daCATs in the house. And thank you for signing up using the DEVVE link. Then you have a bag of DEVVE. I'm sure you went over the perks earlier. I'll watch after your live stream. Well, this live stream is already an hour, 23 minutes, and I'm going to get this spread and continue on for another hour, 23. I might not do another hour, 23, but it's nice that I have 15 people that have signed up. You beautiful, beautiful people. I love you all. I love you all. Class dismissed. Okay, no, not really. We have some more news to go over, and yeah, it's a good time. It's a good day. So let's go back to the news. Democratizing money. 7.5% of global crypto transaction value is concentrated in MENA, but it's going to be more like 30% since Bitcoin as crypto is more embraced. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Hold on one second. I won't go over that just yet. Treasury Secretary Bessent says it was President Trump's decision to wait until today and not because of market reaction. Talking about the 90-day tariffs. Yeah, dude, 4 trillion was added in 15 minutes. Total crypto market cap was just 2.5 trillion. We're going to go much, much higher in 2025. The cat link tree is another place to be. Now, you could have link down below for the Devi Exchange, which y'all should definitely sign up for, but also the daCAT link tree as well. It's a cool place to hang out. You signed up for Devi. My man, Bogar says, yeah, it's been a while. She must come on stream. I know, OBL must come on stream at some point. She might be, and I don't care. Stream in bed, girl. You do what you got to do. We just want to see your face. We don't even need to see, I'd like to see your face, but we don't need, if you just want to, camera off and just come on and be like, I love you guys. Cheerio, crack. And then I'll be like, I love you too. I know. Let's move on. Mm-hmm. Treasury Secretary Bessent says that this was Trump's strategy all along to goad China into a bad position. They were in a bad position. They were in a horrible position, and they're going to be in a better one after this. Did you know that Lady Dimitrescu's ass has more polygons than the entirety of Resident Evil 1? God bless those devs and the animators praying to the dunk. Yeah, dude, that hyperliquid whale had a $4.2 million profit in Bitcoin long and like a $15 million profit in his ETH long. Heckin' nuts. Max Brown has posted in 2018, Bitcoin crashed to 3,100. 2020, Bitcoin crashed to 3,800. 2022, crashed to 15,400. 2024, Bitcoin crashed to 49,000. In 2025, Bitcoin crashed to 74,500. What will it crash to in 2026? 145,000? The world may never, we'll know next year. Crypto czar David Sachs says they were rooting for Trump to fail, even if it meant the market and economy crashed. Fortunately, their hopes have been dashed. Trump has been vindicated. The king returns. I thought this was real for a second. This is yet another cruel blow to China. General Tso's chicken to be renamed General Don's Oriental Chicky Nugs. Oh, I thought that was hilarious. I was like, what is this? Made me laugh. Goldman Sachs rescinds recession prediction after Trump's tariff pause. Well, of course, because they decided, yeah, we bought enough Bitcoin at a cheap price. So yeah, we'll do that. So we have Goldman Sachs rescinds recession prediction after Trump's tariff pause. Amazing. That was wild. I don't know if I can go over that. I don't think I will. Tesla rose about 20% following Trump's tariff pause. President Trump says China wants to make so at 3:16, Jared Sousa, at 3:16, Trump had reported that China wants to make a deal, and they're in the process of figuring it out. So that was at 3:16, and obviously we're way past that now. U.S. Secretary Treasury Bessent said many of you in the media clearly missed the art of the deal. God, I love people like that. I am out of water. I am going to need more water soon. Namecoast says, in the midst of all the speculation and negativity, people like myself are making moves in the market. Best time to buy is when uncertainty is in the air, and unfortunately, only a few will take advantage of the opportunities. Our latest acquisition, we are now the very proud owners of the first appearance Wolverine, with edition number of the first appearance year, 1974. It also pairs very nicely with my number 50 for the 50th anniversary for the legendary Wolverine to appear on the blockchain. We are still buying, buying smarter. Love you guys and hope to see you all at the next event. Love Rudy, love Namecoast, and his number 1974 Wolverine. Beautiful. SEC approves options on spot Ethereum ETFs. Donald Trump says, no other president would have done what I did. Somebody had to do it. I had to stop it because it's not sustainable. Last year, China made $1 trillion off of trade with the United States. Now I've reversed it. The SEC approves options trading on spot Ethereum ETFs. This is great. For the first time in history, in a single day, 5.5 trillion was added to the U.S. stock market. Crazy. Have I told you lately? Commerce Secretary Lutnick says President Trump is standing firm against global trade imbalances and will sign the greatest deals in history. He's got his own hype man over there. It's pretty great. I think that's going to be it for me today for the news. However, what I'm going to do, oh God, there's a lot of notifications. I'm not going to get through all of these. Will I? Will I? Okay, Safaroth the cat says the cat link tree. Meow. I'll give him some of that. Don't unplug me or just shut me down. Please just love me with your steel heart. Okay. Comics and I guess so. This is about Foster Hill. Saying testing continues to progress on the new UI and UX in the Stacker World Marketplace, and buying and selling a VeVe official using OMI has never been easier or more enjoyable. Community challenge. List one eligible comic/collectible on Stacker World for 2,000 to 5,000 OMI to familiarize yourself with the market and test the listing process. Pick an item that trades for $1 to $2 on VeVe. Don't use something expensive. Buy one listing from the marketplace in the 2,000 to 5,000 OMI range and relist the item for the same amount that you purchased it to test the buying process and allow the previous user to buy their item back if they wish. The successful testing of the marketplace is crucial in allowing for a further expansion of items available for users. The more testing we can do now, the better the final product will be for all. If you want to participate but don't have any OMI in your wallet, list the collectible and tag myself and Puddin' Cheeks, and we will buy your item so you can start to buy and participate in the ecosystem. We can't wait to hear what you think and welcome all feedback to your experience on the marketplace. The future is bright. I say, love what y'all are doing the Lord's work. Stacker says, love what you are doing as well. Love that. Foster Hill says, appreciate the support as always. Gario at 1234CA3 says, amen. And in fact, what I'll do is if anyone buys my gold logo, you get the hat, you get the card that came to mint it. I'll give you a free 1 hour call with me every month for a year, and I promise to buy that logo back for 10% more than what you paid for it. I repeat, you have my word that at some point I will buy the logo that you buy from me back from you at a 10% higher price than what you paid for it. This is my offer there. Let's go. Let's continue on. Signed up for Devi, my man. It's been a while. Yeah, we got to get her on. Jason Zorda says, "What's up, Jason?" That bet $1 million. Oh, me. The left says he caved and nothing about the market moving green. You're probably. I'm not taking that bet. You're probably right. Or the OBL imitation is incredible. I try. I do try. And the vampires. I wish we would hear more info on the Alibaba dealing sometime soon. When Asia? Yeah, I would hope for that too. We'll see. Lagarde says, yeah, when Alibaba now? I mean, I don't know. I think the last time David mentioned it, it was on like Doctor of Stuff and Crypto Rain stream. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But let's go on X right now. Oh, how much? Oh, my first off, my guy gave me. So I was like, how much are you asking for the VeVe logo? So be advised. My particular, I can answer this on Stacker. Be advised, you can buy a gold and silver logo on Stacker for like $3,300, and you get most of the same perks that you get just with mine. Obviously, mine comes with a lot more, but you get the invites to Sanjay's parties, you get all that. But let me go to Stacker here real quick and take a look at the. Can I go to my listings, please? And it's 150 million OMI, so a little over $31,000. But yeah, that's a lot. It is the number 41. It is the lowest public available mint. Do I think it's worth 10 times the price of the floor? Well, it's worth whatever someone's willing to pay. I'll say this. I've had multiple offers Well, I've had offers for 30 before, but that was in 2022. I had 2 offers for 30 in 2022. Recently, I have had offers for 20. Well, I had an offer for 15, which I just laughed away. I have had 2 other offers for one was 25, one was like 22, but it was really more like 20. The extra 2 was added with other stuff. And the 25, again, that was in conjunction with some other stuff as well. But the dude had like a $56,000 tax payment, and he's like, I didn't know my tax payment would be like this. So it's not like I can go back to that. So just want to throw that out there, and be super transparent with it. So yeah, and then again, I would promise that. So I'll send him. I don't know if he's listening. I guess he's listening now, but yeah, I'll send him the listing, and then let's continue on, shall we? We're gonna go to X, and we're gonna see what people are saying on the following. People who I'm following, we'll see what they're talking about. Oh, I love Cryptolos talking about me. Thank you, Cryptolos. I'll give you some. Anyone that shares my stuff, I'll always comment on their stuff when they share. You have, that's an ad. Reagan Malice. Oh, my man, talking about this Clear Skies movement, Florida HB 477. Not sure what that is, but always support him. A Shock Ninja saying, yo fam, Sharby ain't your average meme coin. She's the queen of memes. Sharby's actually going to be in the daCAT comic. And let's bring pure alpha to base. Let's break it down. Grinding for 24 months, builders only. They have a legalized DAO with a KYC team, no rugs. Multi-chain flex, Solana, and Base. Pay to hold revenue split so you can get that passive back. You have a Sharby Dream Factory where the visions turn real. Sharby.fun so you can play and win with projects dropping heat for holders. There's a deflationary game, so decreasing supply, shrinking the value will pump. I have elite memes, fire community. We don't just trade, we vibe. Boom Boom Capital Fund, quarterlies with Divi returns, stomps energy. Sharby's flipping the meme coin game on its head. Honestly, this isn't even a meme anymore. It's straight up business. She's not here to follow trends. She's building the future, ready to roll with the queen. Okay, so yeah, something can start. You can have a Charmander, and you get a fire Pokemon. I don't mean like straight fire, but the elemental element of that Pokemon is fire. Evolves into Charmeleon, still fire. But then it evolves into Charizard at level 36. And yes, it's still a fire Pokemon, but it's also a fire flying Pokemon. Now, granted, you get 4x weakness to rock, and that sucks. But you get to do some flying moves. You get to be super effective on fighting Pokemon. You get to be, you get to be super effective on grass in multiple ways. There's just a bunch of things that it can do only when it evolves into Charizard, and it gains that flying edge. So yeah, certain things can start off as memes, and it could be in the pool of 10,000 memes created each month. But what it can't do is, you can't just say you're a business and not have anything to show for it. If you have revenues, if you have a business plan like Sharby does, or like SHIRO does, or like daCAT does, and you're raising money and you're going out there and you are in profit, you're not just a meme token. You might have started out that way, but you're a legit business and should be taken as such. So I really think that I understand wanting to keep meme as like, well, we started off as a meme and that's great. But if you're a legit business and taking all these revenues, I would kind of shed that away, or at least add in that you're a utility token, or at least a business. Those are the things that I had here. Hold on, let me text my guy here. Like, willing to negotiate on aspects of it. Okay, let's move on here. So that was the A Shock Ninja with Sharby. It's the disruptor. This is very strange. So you have this guy named the Disruptor saying the president needs to make it mandatory for all mentally and physically healthy female and male 18-year-old graduates of American high schools have to do 2 to 4 years in the military period. I think that military discipline will provide necessary discipline that may be like, listen, guys, I am clearly all about military service. Love serving my country. most of it. There was a lot of times that just, oh, and was it worth it? I'm glad I did it. Kind of. But yeah, it's not for everyone. I don't think it should be mandatory. People that want to go, gotta let them go. Because like, also, I'm not gonna lie, it is harder to get people in because like, 20 years ago, people weren't as fat, and now you have a lot of really obese people, and it's you're picking from a smaller pool of eligible candidates, and it's basic training in the Air Force is not. I mean, it's you get like 3 hours of sleep a night if you don't have EC duty, so it is very tiring. But physically, it's not hard. Physically, it's like, okay, if you can run and do like push-ups, you're fine. But yeah, it's just, yeah, they really drain you on the sleep. And the attention to detail is stupid. I understand why they do it. I like that he goes and talks about mentally healthy female and male because you have to be, I think you think your IQ has to be minimum of like 82 or 83, because anything below that, they determine that there's not a single job that you can do that isn't absolutely counterproductive. Because especially like in wartime, they want to be they want to get as many qualified people into officer positions as possible. And I'm not gonna lie, even with that, there's some people that are just love them all. Some people are just stupid. And it is like, oh my God, I had to explain that multiple times. Ooh. Troy Perez, thanks for being a member, says, grind on, Randy. I'm trying. Bogar says, I just followed your link for DEVVE. Hope it worked. Let's see. I think it did. We'll see. Let me go to my let me go to that page and see what we got here. Yeah, 16 people there total. 8 yesterday, 8 today. We're doing all right. So I hope it did. You should get an email. And then OM Gina says, absolutely not. She does not like that. And yeah, it's like, I like the volunteer. What's this even called? Thing that we have, the volunteer aspect that we have now. I wouldn't want to serve with anyone that was serving against their will. Yeah, we definitely just want to make it so that people, yeah, that they want to be there. This is tariffs around the world updated, and you got that Sia Black over there with China. Thought that was wild. Terrible's amazing. I love her. Try to get her on the podcast. Vietnam agrees to negotiate trade deals with the U.S. Of course they did. Of course, that makes sense. That makes some poetic sense there. Chironico, thank you. All right, I'm gonna follow those later. China says it's open to talks, but will fight to the end if U.S. won't compromise. Beijing says it's willing to negotiate on tariffs, but vows to continue retaliation if Washington refuses to shift course. Again, they're talking big, which again they want to save some face, which is fine. But I think the 125% tariff sends a clear message that the exploitation ends now, and yeah, they'll probably be fairer, but it's definitely going to be a good deal for the U.S. Animal spirits are alive. Thank you, Hallmark's catalog. Love that. We have Noah Sanchez saying, after an incredible 2 years launching and supporting Ubisoft's Web3 gaming community in France, I'm back in California and ready for my next adventure. Looking for a new challenge as a social media community manager in gaming, entertainment, or Web3. If you know someone looking for the next social community pro, please reach out and let's discuss. I said let's get him on the podcast because we got to have people reach out, and there's a lot of people that watch. So say meow. When might, because I want to force him into it, what might you be free to come on the podcast? And he's a friend, so we're going to get him a job here. Was like, when might you be free to come on the podcast? And then someone will reach out and we'll get him that job. Nancy May says audio. We had to shut down a lot. Okay, that's yeah. Okay, copy that. Media Group. 7% of transport workforce eyes buyout under federal downsizing push. Roughly 4,000 U.S. Department of Transportation employees, 7% of its 55,000 person workforce have expressed interest in a voluntary buyout offer issued last week. This is part of a broader federal workforce reduction effort championed by the Trump administration. While not all applicants may qualify, the figure is under internal review and the DOT is assessing eligibility and final numbers may shift. The offer marks a second buyout wave in recent months as agencies align with executive orders aimed at shrinking government employment. Thank you, thank you. Tobos says Trump pulled the ultimate dump and pump. He did. He dumped and pumped it. He pulled the ultimate dump and pump. What a mad lad, right? In case you missed it, on Enter the Verse, welcome to my crib. Oh, he's got a nice crib. Dube's got a nice crib over there. Shout out to Dubes. Basil saying the amount of SPY calls increased by over 10x, literally 10 minutes before the announcement. Oh, they knew. That is wild that they knew. Clearly insider trading, right? Right? The amount of SPY calls increased by over 10x, literally 10 minutes before the announcement. Who knew? Who leaked it? Who leaked it? Who leaked it? Very obvious that Trump is now a good time to buy tweet was a way for insiders to have plausible deniability. That is right. They did it. They did it. And you know, they did it good. They did it good. I don't know about that, man. I don't know how I feel about it. And it worked out for them, clearly. Like by casual, like by casual, like by this, like by that. Okay, right. There's a lot more. Terrible women gets no. Oh my God. Woman gets attacked by a bobcat and her husband launches it. Launches what? How long is this freaking video? Oh, we're gonna watch this together. Let's see the bobcat. Oh God, bobcat's coming. Oh Lord, he coming. Oh my God, he yeeted it. He yeeted it across the thing. I understand 100%. Go get that. Go get that bread. I won't say what he's buying because I don't want people to front run him. But I'll say go get that bread. Longtime partners. Oh, Commerce and Crypto is partnered with the Satoshiverse. That's cool. And our longtime partners, Satoshiverse, just went live with season 2 of their flagship game, Legions 2029. Super fun and free to play. So definitely give it a try if you haven't. Very nice, very nice. Wolf on Crypto, Wolf on Crypto. Wow, Wolf on Crypto likes retweeting their own stuff, huh? No major full self-driving updates in nearly 5 months. That's interesting. Let's say, thank you for that. They will offer 60% of their trading fees to referrals. Let me go and give this to them here real quick. Example, I'll get 35% of your trading fees when you trade, 15% of anyone's fees that you refer, and 10% of anyone of the trades of anyone that they refer. So when you get people to, all right, I'll say, so you should have a referral link, and whoever you get to sign up, you'll get 35% of their trading fees when they all start trading. Hopefully Q3, but yeah, probably Q4. Website upgrade, focus on exchange, thing launch. Yep. GOP budget vote delayed as conservative revolt. Johnson blinks. Speaker Mike Johnson says the House likely won't vote tonight on the GOP budget plan after a dozen hardline Republicans refuse to back it. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Eric Mall says, yeeted. Yeah, he yeeted him. He yeeted him, bro. Yeet. Okay. Cades is bullish on a couple things. Bitcoin and Wolf. That's cool. Who's the most bullish Bitcoin miner? I don't know. UK housing market stalls as tax break ends as Trump tariffs rattle confidence. Britain's housing market slowed in March after the end of stamp duty tax breaks and growing global economic uncertainty. The Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors reported new buyer inquiries fell to their lowest since September 2023. Sales expectations declined further and price momentum weakened. Ricks warned Trump's 90-day tariff pause and broader trade policies could inject more volatility into global markets. Last week, the UK government lowered the stamp duty threshold, exacerbating buyer hesitation. Analysts say peace in the housing sector depends on clarity in international trade and domestic stability. Source Street Finder. Yeah, OBL, we see David Yu. We see David Yu liking Pokemon. He likes Pokemon and Roblox. I think Webtoons he's liked for a while, but yeah, Pokemon and Roblox. It's wild. Ledger, hopefully nobody forgot to buy the dip. Yeah, hopefully nobody forgot to buy the dip. I bought the dip. I bought it with much less money than I had previously, but I still bought it. Just a little bit. Ooh, just a little bit. Ooh. Trump orders Doge to fix Navy shipbuilding mess. Trump signed an executive order assigning Doge to overhaul Navy and Coast Guard shipbuilding, calling for 45-day internal reviews and a broader maritime action plan by November. The order gives Doge broad authority to investigate years of delays and budget failures like the Constellation-class frigate, already 5 years behind. Damn. Copper rebounds 5% after Trump floats tariff pause. Copper futures surged as much as 5% after Trump said he may authorize a 90-day pause on his new tariff regime. Prices plunged 16% the past week amid fears of global slowdown from 125% Chinese copper tariffs, but obviously we're good now. Brock McBlockchain saying, saw a few messages complaining on the VeVe official that not getting a Fishes logo was the straw that broke the camel's back. The logos were given to people who participated in the Fishes drop, and they're likely to get more stuff too. Rewarding collectors of my IP is normal. I checked a few of the people's profiles, and they seem to only have stamps and comics. Had they had a single Fish item on their profile, I would have given them a logo for free, but nope. The entitled outrage is beyond silly. If you're hanging around just to piss and moan after 4+ years, I promise you, put your energy anywhere else, and you'll have a more fruitful life. This isn't discounting people with actual issues. This is specifically the folks who cry every time something Fishes hits the app. That's a promo code drop or reward, like they'd suddenly lost something. You weren't going to buy it anyway. Preach, preach. Yeah, my man. Gotta love Brock. He does so much. He does so much for us. Glenn Jacobs says, every time I think real Donald Trump's luck has run out, he turns around and proves the world wrong. It's true. It's true. Bausa says, I've always been an odd kid. Growing up, I was the youngest amongst all my cousins and siblings. However, being the youngest also means you were gate kept from experiencing the fun that everyone else was having. But this led me down a path of exploration. Got into music production, created my own YouTube channel. I DJ'd clubs and gigs all over LA. Eventually in 2022, I found Web3. Since then, I went on to pursue being a full-time creator, and man, it's been an absolute roller coaster of highs and lows. Never give up on that inner odd kid. Let's get you on the podcast to tell your story. Never-ending story. In your face. Sorry. When everyone takes those bumper stickers off their car. Oh, damn. Japan's Nikkei surges 8.3% in early trade. Japanese equities are roaring back with the 225 jumping over 8% this morning. Banks are leading the rebound after steep losses from Trump's tariff shock earlier in the week. Absolutely. Luby has an anti-tariff helmet. That is adorable. I want that. Let's see what else we have here. We'll go for 5 more minutes. Actually, let's go to my For You page over on X. Hesse.base says goodnight to all the bros that say goodnight back. So I'll say goodnight from the OMI fam. Because we gotta represent OMI. Anyone on base gotta represent, right? Right. Scotty Pippen says Bitcoin. That's it. That's the tweet. You know what, Scotty? You should come on the podcast to talk more about crypto. My audience would love it. Let's see what else we got here. People talking about daCAT, which is great. Loman Mix says a VeVe official did a giveaway for a sub 41 mint of something special. Would do wonders for the community. Just saying, it might not. Brick says just in China says it's willing to resolve differences with U.S. through consultation and negotiation. Hey, look at that. Memezilla says, and today's king is daCAT token again. You are amazing. Yeah, gotta love that. We're number one every day. Number one every day there. The U.S. Senate confirms Paul Atkins is the first pro-crypto SEC chairman. A new era begins. I love this game. And you have until May 7th, until the Petra update for Ethereum. Can't wait for that. Link Lauren says, that was me. I love you too, President Trump. Hope to shake your hand soon. And thank you for all you've done for our country. Link Lauren's a cool dude. He's a cool cat. He's a jive turkey. Love that man. Oh, yes. Thank you for retweeting my stuff. You guys are amazing. I'm good. Yeah, feeling all right. Hesty.base says he's bullish on everyone who shows up daily. Same. Yep. Bitcoin stuff from Scottie Pippen. I feel like I just went over this, right? Yeah. Okay. For you, page. Lily Vivi says, I made 130,000 in 1 hour, and you can do this too. All you got to do is make it up and post about it. I thought she really made 130K. Elon Musk, nah, it's about Chuck Schumer. Elon Musk says, Chuck, I'm starting to think that you're getting a piece of the action with the government fraud, but no, that couldn't possibly be the reason, could it? All this stuff is from like 12 hours ago. Bill Garner says, that's strange. Isn't the IRS supposed to be the ones transparent and upright, keeping up the American taxpayer in line with their self-righteous rules? Agreed. Tarbol says, you just passed away and can be reborn, but not as a human. What do you want to be? I don't know. Probably wolves are really cool. It's really cold out though. Maybe like a golden retriever in like a upper middle class family. Yeah, that'd be fun. Memes at War says, who will be the first crafted meme coin character on Memes at War? Well, obviously daCAT is a playable character, so you got to love that there. Slum Doge Millionaire says, we are so back. Absolutely. Potsy Weber says, a real, oh, yeah, love Potsy Weber. Believes Crypto says, welcome back, all you hiding out from crypto a-holes. You missed a lot. Also, Minty Burns says, so planes just suddenly stopped crashing now? Yeah, that was weird, right? Planes were crashing for a bit, now they're not. Jan Collects is nice. Thanks to everyone who liked, shared, or commented. Really happy. Archangel, I don't know what that is. Derek Evans, President Trump, he went to Harvard when Harvard was good. It was a while ago. Oh my God. Damn. Savageness. Yeah, Paul Atkins was confirmed 52 to 44. Good for him. Eddie Brown says, celebrate National Winston Churchill Day with a tribute to a British heritage on VeVe. Today, we honor the legacy of one of Britain's greatest leaders at VeVe. While we raise toast to Winston Churchill, explore the VeVe ex-British Museum, digital collectibles, a timeless collection celebrating the icons, effects, and artistry that redefine the United Kingdom's remarkable history. Own a piece of British heritage, from ancient relics to legendary symbols, digitally minted, officially licensed, and ready to showcase in your virtual gallery. Celebrate history in the VeVeverse, a modern tribute to timeless greatness. Whether you're a history buff, a Churchill admirer, or a digital collector, now's the time to bring the legacy home. That is awesome. Love him. CZ says, we are in it for the tech, right? Oh, CZ Binance. He's so funny. Colin Rugg says, a hunched over Chuck Schumer, who has done nothing to fight off China over his 25 years in office, rips President Trump for his tariffs. Maybe Schumer should also do another angry speech on the Senate floor for the 20,000th time. I'm sure that will force China to get in line, right? Yeah. Going waitlist, however, did not receive a referral link. You get one on the website. Let me see where the gauge and earn future for the Devi. Hold on. Is it home? No, it's not home. It's got to be. Oh shoot! I didn't mean to click that. Is it in the blockchain explorer, payments, marketplace, sales? Oh, I'm in Glassblock. That's why I got to go to Devi Exchange. All right, hold on. DeviExchange.com. I gotta sign in. All right. You get one on the website when you sign in. It should be in the middle of the page. I'll see if I can. Hold on. Let me sign in here to the Devi Exchange forum and get this man a picture. Okay, can log in, and I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that. Let me at him. Let me at him. Give him that. Ooh, collect. Ooh, I just collected a reward. Oh, I have 200 XP. No raffle tickets, no founder packs. Let me give this man a say copy link. Oh God, where's my text messages? It'll say copy link in quotations, and the link will be your referral code. Yeah, okay. Hopefully no more spam. Yeeted. He was yeeted. VeVe Zombie says, "Hey Randy, I signed up under your link last night and I did 4 of the 5 missions. Very good. I don't. What else do I have to do here on the? Okay, there's a video that I have to watch, but it's 8 minutes and 34 seconds, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I want to watch that. 8 minutes and 34 seconds is a lot. All right, let me go to my account. Why does it say I have 0 users? Okay, 16 total users created. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, what up, VeVe Zombie? I haven't done. I will do that. I will do that though. I will do that. Shout out to 300 people that are here. Ivanka Trump says, "Do you support this man?" It's a simple question, and if it's for the good of America, I support it. If it's the good for just me, I also support it. Canada agrees to negotiate new trade deal with the U.S. Of course, they did. Glenn Jacobs, aka Kane, says, "Winning never gets old. Only real Donald Trump could have pulled off what we witnessed today." Glenn Jacobs says Donald Trump is making America great again. Alex Becca says Trump got the left and the media to 100% pin the stock market on his policies right before he pumps the ever-living heck out of it. Oh, my irony. You're right. You're right. In 1990, the top exporters, U.S. was the top exporter to 175 countries, and China was the top exporter to 8. 10 years later, in 2000, U.S. was the top exporter to 155 countries. China was top exporter to 15. In 2010, America was the top exporter to 85 countries. China was 55. 2024, top exporter to 35 countries was the U.S., and top exporter to 125 countries was China. Our politicians let this happen. Obviously, it's a very good idea that Trump has done this, despite being short-term horrible pain. Rep Nancy May says government spending is out of control. I agree. Riley Gaines says, while we're at it, seize all Chinese-owned U.S. farmland. That might set a bad precedent, but we'll see. Dom Bullish Easy A says, congrats to everyone who bought the dip. All right, I think we're good here. Same, OMGina, same. Cryptlos replied to me 100%. Meow, meow, meow. Thank you. Member. All right, everyone, that's it for me. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Class dismissed. Thank you to the 300 that are here. Y'all are my babe. Everyone say goodbye to Dashi. Should we sing a song? Well, we should, but which one are we going to sing? Maybe someday when this bloody skull has dried, show us.